streets, corpses near the buildings, all this light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I've got a cool computer. What is going on, people out there? It's not overheating and gonna burn an egg on top of it. Yes, as that siren fades in the distance, that is the siren of not any fire engines that are going to come to my house, now that I think I have, knock on wood, solved my temperature problem, which is a relief. Anyway, it's good to see everyone, Arvanauts. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Friday night stream and some more good times with The Witcher. So, yes. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that unfollow situation because, oh my god, that follower situation... I have had, I think it's just erratic. Like sometimes I probably follow a good, I don't know, 51 or 52 people. And of those, probably a good, I don't know, 8 to 10 probably regularly stream. And I would say that on any given time, I probably get about 75% of notifications, which is a little frustrating because, I mean, it ought to be close to 100%, you know, and I don't know. It can be frustrating sometimes, but yeah, just double check if you haven't already. Check and make sure that you haven't been unfollowed. Make sure that you clicked on the thing. Sometimes you can be following, but it somehow unclicks you from actually notifying you when someone actually goes live. So please make sure to check that out, and that would be cool. So, hi to everybody, and I will say hi to everyone in just a moment individually. But first, just a couple of reminders about how to support the stream. You guys know the way to do it. !CTT will allow you to retweet the stream to to all and sundry. Same thing if you hit the video share button underneath the video window. Exclamation point ArvTube will get you over to my YouTube channel where you can hang out and check the past broadcasts of the stream. And last but certainly not least, exclamation point Steam Group will get you over to my Steam Group to hang out with the other Arvanauts and talk about things in between casts. Exclamation point ArvTreon will allow you to join the 25 people who have pledged $200 so far per month to the stream, which is awesome. And because of that $200, a little bit later on today, we're actually going to have the vote, or at least the nominations, I should say. We're going to do the nominations later on today with more people, and we're going to do the nominations for the games. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'll probably take nominations for between like 6 and 10 games, something like that. Then we'll have a vote in chat, and basically the top 5 or so we'll narrow it down to. Then we'll do another vote among those 5, and we'll narrow it down to the top 3. And then we'll basically have, then I'll put up a straw poll. We'll leave it up there until the next week, until Tuesday. So you'll have about 4 days to vote on that straw poll and to decide which game you'd like me to try. So that is the plan that we're actually going to do. Yes, so that is going to be happening. Witcher tonight, I now feel comfortable in saying that it will probably run better tonight, and I won't have to worry that the thing was going to overload and overheat. I will explain shortly what I mean by that when I actually go onto the webcam. But Witcher tonight, I've got a wedding tomorrow to go to, and then I've got a lot of work that I have to do tomorrow night when I return, and some work on Sunday. I might stream, depending on how much work I get done. I might stream Sunday night. I don't know. If not, I will definitely see you guys, of course, next Tuesday, as always, when we will continue with the stream. Coming up soon, by the way, we have a stream coming up with Tin Man Games. I have not set a date yet, but Tin Man Games and the fine folks there, and this time, hopefully, with Neil Renison, the CEO, who also hangs out here as a Renniehammer on occasion, and Dylan Bertolo, a writer friend of mine who actually got me in touch with Tin Man Games. He just had one of his game books that he wrote for them just came out from them, I think a month ago or so. And so we're actually going to get a chance to have him on the stream as we play through it and talk to him a little bit about the experience of writing it and what it's like doing it and all that kind of good stuff. Dylan's a good dude. And so we will have him on stream, and that will also, by the way, count as our second and final Fighting Fantasy game book session of the month. So that's the way that works. Patreon is completely fulfilled beyond that. Once we get this game out of the way, the game vote, and once we do the Fighting Fantasy session, then that's completely fulfilled. I wrote and read the poems to everybody, so that's good. And yes, so it was good stuff. Can I stuff the ballot box of voting every 10 seconds or so? Sadly not. Sadly not, Wonders. There have been, you'll have to take that up with Lawkeeper if you want to somehow hack, you want to take it up with Law if you want to hack the vote, but Occupy the Vote 2015, hashtag. But yes, so that's what we're going to be doing. So Witcher tonight, possibly Witcher on Sunday. Still working on getting the guys together for Icewind Dale, but it has been difficult. And I'm going to have to see what I think about that, because I've really been enjoying Icewind Dale, but I want to get back to playing some D&D, like some straight up pen and paper D&D, and I'd like to be able to do that with some of the Infinity and Beyond guys who are still interested in doing that side of things also. So I will find out and see what's going on either with Icewind Dale or with that other pen and paper D&D, because I'd like to get back to doing that. But either way, I will, of course, be sort of on the lookout for that, and we'll see how things go there. Okay, now with all that said, oh, thanks, Mercurius. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, man. I'm glad they worked out. I really enjoyed writing them, actually. And I'm glad that I only have to do them the first time, because they do take a little bit of work to actually make work, but I appreciate that. I try to do the rhythm properly, and so I appreciate that they met with approval. So thank you. Okay, let's go to that, and let's turn on that. All right, good to see everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So I am wearing just a simple gray shirt. Well, and also my jeans. I am not going pantless. I am wearing a simple gray shirt and my gray hat today, but I'm kind of sweaty and kind of, because I spent a lot of time today trying to figure out what was going on with my computer issue. Now, let me paint a picture for you. As you guys know, I've been working on my portable Twitch rig, which is just about done. The only thing that's not done is I did manage to get the TeamViewer thing that was recommended by Shadowed Mage and by Dragonspear. I did manage to get that working last night, but the lag is awful as far as the lag, sort of the refresh rate and all that on the tablet. So it sort of works, but it's really crappy. Like, it's completely not functional for any kind of gameplay or video replay or anything like that. So it's not functional. I guess I could use it in a pinch if I had to like turn it on or shut it off or something like that, but it is not kind of a mainstream solution. So that left me with the projector idea. And the problem is that the projector did not take in the input. What I tried to do was use this little adapter that I got, which is an HDMI to VGA adapter, because this projector has component out, sorry, has AV out and it has VGA out. It's an older little projector, which works, but it works obviously with a VGA sort of input, and I don't have a VGA input off of this portable computer. So today I got a DVI when I was at Micro Center, and I'll tell you why I went there in a moment. I got a DVI to VGA converter, and of course I did it exactly the wrong way. I got DVI female to VGA male, and I needed exactly the opposite because of course I did. So I'm going to have to return it, and that's going to be like not until Monday probably that I do that. So I'm going to have to return it and exchange it for the right one. So I haven't had a chance to test out the projector part of this. Hopefully we'll do it soon. Hopefully would be the case soon. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm still working on that. But so I've been dealing with that project. I got that stuff mostly cleared out of the way. So last night, or actually a couple of days ago, I'm playing The Witcher 3. And you'll remember if you were here watching it that it started to chug a lot at the end. It was like really slowing down in a way that it hadn't been before. And when I tried to shut the game down after I was done at the end of the day, basically the entire stream collapsed. Like it took forever I had to basically close a bunch of processes and programs. I didn't have to like restart the computer, but it was like a lot of stuff going on. So I was like, I don't know what the hell's up with that. I'm like, but there's something going on. That's a little odd. Then I started looking at my temperatures. And last night, I looked more at the temperatures, and I ended up even taking off the side of the case. I did not. What's up, Takame? Oh, and by the way, before I get into that story, let me say hi to everybody who's here to start out. Again, this is not entirely accurate. I have more people than this, but hello to Takame, Derp, Mercurius, Wonders, Roix, Thorg, Rogan, and Mason. Yeah, exactly. But there's more than that. Also to Hair Farmer, to Not Diddy, to Serum, to Thor. So there's other people there. I don't know why it's not reflecting all of them, but anyway, hi to all of you wonderful people. So, I started checking it, and I didn't talk about this on the stream, but I had my hardware monitor right over on my little HCPU ID hardware monitor, which basically monitors temperatures and fan speeds and stuff. So, when I was running through Novigrad last night in The Witcher, my average temperatures on my CPU were about 94 degrees Celsius, and they topped out at 101. So I very seriously considered ending the stream because I was like, oh my God, it's going to burst into flames. But I was like, so after the stream was over, I shut all the programs down, and it dropped, but it still was idling at like 68 to 70. Like it was still, hey, what's up, Killbyte? So it was still idling at like 68 to 70. It was still way too high. Yeah, Celsius. Yeah, it was bad. So today I'm like, all right, something's seriously wrong. So I went back to Micro Center. I had to pick that up anyway. Yeah, I know, man. I know they melt. Yeah. No, I know they can handle it. Like it would, like basically if I was going to keep you, that CPU would be dead in like a week if I kept it at that. Like it was bad. Yeah, I'm actually amazed that it was even running at all. So today I went to Micro Center. I got the wrong adapter for the DVA, for the other project, the DVI VGA, but whatever. But when I was there, I got a new cooler. So I want to show you guys the old cooler. And ironically, the old cooler that I had, as it turned out, was actually also a Cooler Master fan, which was still running, by the way. It wasn't like the fan had shut down or anything. Yeah, so the old cooler I had... Oh, I guess it's not in there. All right, hold on. Okay, so this is the old cooler I had. I just put in a bag. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like, it's like a decent size. Like, so, I don't know if you can see it, but like that square right there. So that's where the CPU sits, right? So, but it's like that, like on the motherboard, So there's that. So first of all, I got me some of this. Oh yeah. I got me some Ultra Duster. I was thinking Killer Instinct. And I dusted the hell out of everything inside the case. Obviously, I unplugged everything, took all the wires out, whatever. I dusted everything in the case. I carefully, dusted it, whatever. Did all the stuff that I needed to do. But it wasn't that much dust in there, honestly. But I didn't want to take any chances. And since I was in the case anyway, I thought I would do that. So I dusted it, right? Okay. I went to Micro Center and I'm like, here's the deal. And they got me... Hyper T4 CPU cooler. It's so large and impressive. Oh my God. Oh. This thing is ridiculous. I swear to God, the size of this box is practically how big the fan is. I didn't even know. I was like, does this even fit in a computer? Does this even exist? Like, I was just, I had never, I was like, what? So, and the guy's like, yeah, it's compatible with that socket. He's like, you will have no more problems. I'm like, I was like, wow. So, so I ended up getting this thing. And after I was like in awe of it for a while, I ended up going, I got, my usual set of injuries, little cuts on the hands. You guys know if you've ever worked inside a computer, unless you have the hands of a 3-year-old, you always are going to get cuts and things like that. This T4, I don't know, Thorg, but this one, see, the thing is my cooler, my socket is an 1155, which is a little odd. Most of them now have an 1156 socket, but the guy was like, no, he's like, it's also compatible with the 1155, and he was right, it was compatible. So, so I got this in. I did reapply. They came with a little tube of thermal paste, so I did reapply more and more of this. This heatsink is big though. It's a good sized heatsink. It's a good sized heatsink. And the fan is actually thinner. That's like the fan is probably thinner. It's just very wide is the thing. And it's the largest fan I've ever had in the computer. And also, instead of sitting flat on the motherboard and blowing the air up, it sits on top of the CPU. The heat pipes connect to the CPU, so they like sit on top of the CPU on top of the thermal paste. And then the heat sort of diffuses into the heat pipes up into the massive, like cooling array, like heatsink area, and then the fan blows it out this way. So, so first of all, after undoing my motherboard, trying to remember where all the cables went, cutting my hands, and then the one thing was, so there's this retention bar. Yeah, I had to reapply it because I didn't want to take any chances. I mean, I don't know the last time that I've put thermal paste on. So, although I freaked out a couple times because I got it in my hands, I'm like, is thermal grease dangerous? And then I'm like, no, it's not dangerous. Anyway, so I put it on there, but there are these two. So first of all, you have to put a back plate on the back of the motherboard. So you've got to unscrew the motherboard, pull it up, which is no fun because there's not a lot of room, even in my mid-tower case, to do it. Undo the old back plate. And for a minute, I was like, oh my God, and it turned out it was just like, it wasn't even screwed in, like it wasn't designed to be screwed in, so I could just pull it off. Put in the new backplate, put on the screws, tie in the screws, and there are these little screws that have like a little thing on the bottom and then a thing on the top. They're called standoff screws. So basically, there's a solid part that lifts it slightly above the motherboard. All right, so I plug that, I do all that, whatever. Then I put these little retaining bars, and all of this is so I can fit this ridiculous array on top of it, right? So I, reattach the thing. The fourth thing, the threading wasn't right on the screw, so the nut wouldn't close down. So I'm like, all right. I really hope that doesn't matter. Well, of course it matters, because when the thing is actually locked in place, if the retainer bar, because it's standing up, right? The retainer bars go like this. If the retainer bar up here is loose, then the heater is like this. Well, for obvious reasons, you need the heat pipes. You need it seated on top of the CPU, or you're not going to get any heat benefits, right? So I was like, God damn it. So I had to go and use like pliers to like torque in opposite directions to get the screw enough down the threading that it would like open up the thread enough that then I could close. Like, oh my God, dude. It was nuts. Anyway, I finally managed to get the thing on there. Plug all the cables back in the right position. So as I said, I was averaging about 94, 95 degrees Celsius, right? And I tapped that at 101. I ran, now admittedly, I haven't done it with OBS yet, so I have my HW monitor over here just because I want to monitor it again tonight. But I just ran a bunch of things. I like ran around the city of Novigrad for about 20 minutes. I like jumped up and down, got into fights with guards, like flamed speed. First of all, way less chugging, for one thing. Way less chugging. Secondly, my temperatures now, under load, mind you, are now averaging about 63 to 64 degrees Celsius and topped out at 69 degrees Celsius. So in other words, I dropped about 35 to 40 degrees Celsius through this new unit. I was like, oh. I was just like, that's like no joke. I know, but yeah, a lot better. And I did some checks around that, and my impression is that like 70 degrees under load is not a big deal. 70 degrees under load is fine, and it's a hell of a lot better than 101 degrees under load. So Yeah, we're good, Derp. Derp, I appreciate that. Derp has been doing that partially. I gave him some. I gave him some props, Thorg, but I gave him some props on doing it. But yeah, I think that's enough law fail for now. Yay! Thank you, money. But yeah. So anyway, the long and the short of it is, thank God, thank God. Because yeah, man, when I saw that last night, I was like, all right, chat. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow. The minute I got done, I'm like, shut everything down. I watched as the temperature's like, and then I did a couple of things, and I like, shut the computer down. I'm like, so like right now, for example, so on idle, the computer, by the way, on idle now runs at about 40 to 41 degrees Celsius. Actually, and remember, it's warm in my room, too. It's hot out here. It's like 85 to 90 degrees outside. And inside, it's probably up here in my office, it's probably close to 78 or 80. It's 74 in the house, but it's hotter up here. So it's probably about 80 in my office. So right now, it's running at about 41, 42 degrees idle. And as we speak, right now, it's right about 59 degrees. Running with OBS. So when I start, actually, no, I'm sorry, 58 degrees running with OBS. So when I get this started, when I get the thing running, when I get The Witcher running, it will probably end up being about 70 degrees, 69, 70 degrees Celsius. So yeah. Yes. Did I call the new cooler the monster? Dude, this thing, I mean, again, and you guys may be like, well, that's a cooler. What's the big deal? I've built many computers in the past, and I've been on the inside of many computers quite a few times, but I have not actually ever seen an array which stands up, vertically from the CPU as opposed to horizontally, and I hadn't seen it with the freaking heat pipes. Like, they even actually said that you could install another fan on the other side of the cooler. And by the way, the other thing was, this thing just fits without blocking one of my RAM slots. I would not have been happy if that didn't work, but it does fit. It does fit fine. It doesn't touch the RAM or anything, but it's like just enough room to clear. And I was like, man, because if that had happened, I would have been pissed. So, my God, I do thank you. Yes, you guys also gave me good suggestions. And actually, I forget which one of you it was that mentioned the possibility. I don't know if anyone had mentioned the possibility of heat specifically, but then somebody might have asked me, talked about heat, and I was like, well, maybe. And that's when I started looking at it, and then I went, oh, dear God. So anyway, yeah. So that was an adventure, which ultimately took a couple hours of my day I hadn't planned to use on it, but at least now the computer is not going to blow up, and I think you'll see there's a performance difference too. So yes. All right. Enough tech talk. Let's do it. Let's do it. No, it does not. It does not blow the heat from the CPU. In fact, that's the good thing about it. So the CPU, my GTX 760 is like this, right? The CPU fan. So here's let me see if I can do it this way. There's the card. The fan is here, like in its relative position, and is blowing air out this way. So card exit is here, the exit to the various inputs and stuff out the back of the computer, and the fan is going this way. So it is not blowing air down on the CPU, which is nice. Yes, and I have now closed. Yes, and I have closed the case back up. Yep, I did. Case is closed up, so it's all good, and I double-checked my cable management and stuff like that. Lego, what's up, Lego? We are doing that in just a moment. I shouldn't say in just a moment. We're doing that in a little bit when I want to get some more people in here. When we get more people in here, we will conduct that poll, I promise. Also, let me say, I think I said hi to everybody already, so that's good. Yeah. So I did it so it blows out the back, directly out the back. So So it worked awesome. And the proof of the pudding, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. In this case, it's the fact that I can actually take a look at it and say, yes, this is what happens when the temperatures are going at a normal level instead of at a melt eggs level. Yeah. There are more people than that. Yeah, I knew there was a problem, Thorg. I knew there was a problem. I was like, I knew there was a problem. It only hit that towards the very end of the cast, honestly, so it probably was only doing that for about 10, 15 minutes. But I was like, yeah. No, I mean, I knew there was a big problem. So I solved it. So, yes, the viewer count is still messed up, but we will get there. So anyway, yes, so much cooler in the world. And with that said, let us get into a little bit of cool Witcher play. I will say this, too. When I loaded up The Witcher, The load times, the initial load times in the game are starting to get a little ridiculous. And I heard other people talking about this. The load times are taking, like the initial load time. Once the game's actually up and running, it's fine. But there's a while there where it takes, it can definitely, it takes a while to load up.
As the Emperor's spies told him, Ciri had reached Novigrad. A lone attempt to find her in the North's largest city would certainly fail. But Geralt had friends.
Ah, thank you, Wonders.
The Witcher decided to contact
Nice, Thorg.
Marigold.
Nice, dude. What CPU did you get? Is out it is? Load times did? Yeah. I want to double check and make sure that I do have 1.06. I want to double check that. How big is your SSD, though, Thorg? How big is your SSD? I want to get another hat like this. I have a red hat like this, but it doesn't fit as well, and I don't like it as much. I want to get another hat of this kind, because I wear this one a lot, and it gets too sweaty. Okay. Geralt at night. Screenshot. What was I doing here? Oh, I wanted to check. Hey, what's up, Parker? I wanted to check something. How can I check what, is there a way for me to check what version I have? Whether this is 1.06 or not? Maybe I can just do that from Steam. Can I do it maybe from Steam, possibly? I want to check and see what level I'm at right now. Properties. It's on the main menu? Oh, okay. Alright, let me check. It is 1.06. Okay, 1.06. Here, I want to check this. Whoops. I want to check this. You got a 500 gigabyte. Did you say what CPU? Nice, Killbyte. An Alienware Alpha, really? Check you out. Yeah, man, look at that thing. I didn't know that they stood up like that, man. I did not know. But that's cool. You like it? And did you say what CPU you got? Oh, really, money? Yeah, I feel like I can't wait for the cost to come down even further and get like a big, I'd love to get like a 1 or 2 terabyte drive at some point. Like, so, you know, solid state drive. Love this music.
As the Emperor's spies told him, Ciri had reached Novigrad.
Oh, you just got a new CPU cooler. Oh, okay. Yeah, they are expensive.
But Geralt had friends he could count on. The Witcher decided to contact Triss Marigold.
I also appreciate that you guys told me to go with a fan and not a water cooler, because I wasn't sure. I want a petabyte SSD. What brand did you get, Thorg? What brand did you get? Oh, I see. I always get worried, though, Money, about I mean, it's not fragmenting it, but I always get worried about splitting up, like, the places where they go. I don't even like having an operating system on one and then everything else on something else. I don't know why. I think just previous bad experience probably has gotten me thinking the wrong things about it. Okay. What are we doing here? I think... Let's see. I saw Mason saying that I should do the secondary about make sure to do all the side quests, and I'm definitely doing that. No question about that. I'm going to do a lot of them. I don't expect to do the question marks, all the question marks, because there's so many good, like, secondary quests. I feel like the question marks, that feels more like fetch questy at a certain point, like I'm running to get them all, so... Okay, Novigrad Dreaming. That's right, that's what I'm doing. Alright. Where the hell is that? Hey, what's up, Thor? Good to see you, man. Thermal right, nice. No, but your but the SSD was thermal right though? I was asking who made your SSD. Who made your solid state drive? Look at the green hilt on my wait. Actually, wait a second. Okay, good. Want to make sure that I wasn't getting messed up. Hello? By the way, the guards in this town will wreck you. As I discovered. The guards will absolutely wreck you. I just tried to get into a fight with them because I wanted to just test a couple things. So I, like, you know, I provoked them and then shot... My Igni, they were like, yeah, whatever about your Igni. Here, have half your health off with one hit. I'm like, okay. I see that I may be a Witcher, but apparently I'm not very good at, handling, guards. So... Whoa. What the hell's going on in here?
There he is. Me? War or drink?
Now, place the sword in the scabbard. Now, place this reasonable of you.
What? I just helped you.
On you, white one.
Put the sword in the scabbard. Are you drunk? I just saved you. Put the sword in the scabbard. I put my sword in your guts. How's that feel? Good God, man. Ungrateful bastard. SSD was Samsung. Okay, cool, cool. Hold on, I missed some stuff. Oh, the Arkham Knight reviews. No, I did not see that. I did not see that. You swam for about 3 hours. Holy cow, Thor. You like... Are you gonna Michael Phelps it? Yeah, there you go. Exactly, Killa. Shoot the guards in the knee with an arrow. I used to be a guard that could beat the Witcher in one shot. And I took an arrow to the knee. I love that. A dedicated drive. That's awesome. That's funny. No, I hadn't seen the Arkham Knight reviews. What are the Arkham Knights? 9s and 10s. GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10. Well, depends. I want to see, like, I trust Rock, Paper, Shotgun. I want to see what they do. I'm not, I mean, a lot of those places, like, what did IGN give it? 9.3? Call it the game of the year? Like, without actually seeing it? I want to change that, my second potion. Because I don't, I mean, it's sad, too, because back in the day, IGN was really good about this stuff, but, man, they have not kept up well with the times. They're kind of industry shills at this point.
Wanna dip?
Yeah, so right now, running through and doing all the game stuff with OBS, right now it's hovering at 65 Celsius. And it tapped out at 73 Celsius. So it's hovering at 65. Which, for the record, is a hell of a lot better. Under load, under full load, is a hell of a lot better than 101 Celsius. Okay. Alright, time to talk to Corinne. Whoa! Look at the tat. What would medieval tattoo that involved that? Man, can you imagine what pain it would have been like to get a tattoo like that in medieval times? Look at that thing. Oh, okay, I got you. Cool, Thor. Yeah, Game Informer back in the day. I'm using CPU ID, the hardware monitor. For AMD, for my portable drive, which is an AMD, I use AMD Overdrive, which gives you, like, thermal margin. But they don't have something like that for Intel, so... I've used, like, Speccy before. I've used SpeedFan, but I like CPU ID. If anything, CPU ID is slightly hot, so it runs, you know, like, temps are maybe a degree or two hotter than normal. So I like that, to give me a sense of, like... If they say this, that's what this means, so...
Yes, master.
Oh, I guess I'm not talking to you. Where the hell are you, Corinne? Oh, I must be downstairs.
Got that twinge in me back again.
Look familiar. I ever
Hey,
wallop you?
Whitey, why'd your hair go white?
Fuck off.
I'm glad to see all the lovely, lovely people are still as lovely as ever. All right, I guess she's upstairs.
No glass tastes as sweet as the first backing.
They chose Minecraft for number 1? MSI Afterburner? Oh, okay. Right, there you go. That's what I want, Derp. Hey, it burned my hand. I guess it was really hot. But can you even imagine 101 Celsius? I don't even... You know... Something about this room, man. Something about this room. Alright, let's chat, lady.
A dream in here.
I'll bet you do.
Never witnessed a seance like this before, let alone participated.
I will guide you. We must first achieve a kind of mental accord. I must ask some questions. You must answer them. It's important you're truthful. Answer from your heart.
I really want to ask this question. What is it? What is dreaming anyway?
Your gift. Tell me how it works.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
To start with, I must gain an understanding of the bond between the person and the object I'm to dream about. I ask questions, try to flesh out feelings, emotions. Truth is essential in this. And though most who come to me acknowledge that, many refuse to speak openly of certain matters. Apart from which, they remain unaware of others, further obscuring things.
What do you see in your dreams?
I don't. It's my client who sees. My gift lies in summoning the right dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
At times,
First question,
nightmares
what's
or
your favorite
strong
color?
desires impose themselves on true events.
Do you like pina coladas?
It takes skill to separate seed from chaff.
Let's do this. Do.
Let's begin.
To start with, tell me a memory you have.
A little
of this
bit,
one.
not a lot though.
What for?
Do as I ask, please.
Right?
I need the strongest, most complete memory you have of...
Ciri. The woman's name is Ciri. I accepted a job once. Did it. Asked to choose my reward, I invoked the law of surprise. Never thought I'd actually meet the child promised to me at that time. Years later, I was in the Broccolon forest. Happened on a girl there. Didn't know who she was. The Dryads wanted to keep her, turn her into one of their own. But the Waters of Oblivion, they failed in her case. Ciri came out of Broccolon with me. I sent her back to her grandmother then. But already, I felt bound to her.
May have been
My
just a
destiny.
time thing.
By something more.
Thank you. Would you be willing to share another memory?
Sure. Yeah, the other thing I would say about that too is that it wasn't like, I mean, you know, as I say, maybe the dusting helped a little bit also, but I mean, again, there wasn't that much dust to begin with, but I did dust it out, and there was some there, obviously. It's also, you know, it's an i5 3450. The computer now is almost 3 years old. So, you know, it's a good the 760 is a solid card, but solid graphics card. But I mean, you know, it's a, you know, The Witcher 3 is definitely a strain. Obviously, I wouldn't be getting those kind of temps if I was trying to run Minecraft. But I mean, I was just like, listen, I'm going to be playing a lot more of this game. I'm going to be playing Arkham Knight. I'm going to be playing Sword Coast Legends. I'm going to be I'm going to be playing a lot of the newer games too, and I can't have a computer that's hot enough to fry an egg on it. So, you know. And I think it is possible to like periodically reapply. I had not reapplied. Hey, what's up, Varney? I had not reapplied the thermal paste on this. Maybe I did once. I don't remember, but certainly not in a long time. I like this a lot, Hippo. I always like this stuff because it makes me feel like, I mean, it's sort of telling, not showing, but they're kind of giving you a whole lot of backstory without making you go through the process of getting stuff that would overwhelm you. So,
Yes.
No need to rush. We have time.
Ciri was orphaned during the Second War with Nilfgaard. Had no idea what to do with a young girl. So I did what I would have done with a boy and took her to Kaer Morhen. Figured some physical training.
it doesn't say
sword
why
work,
he decided to do
development of
this,
her
though.
stamina couldn't hurt. I remember her standing on a crumbling wall.
He's seen it before,
A stone
Derp.
came loose. She lost her footing. Caught her at the last possible instant. Strongest memory, though, is of her coming out of her room one day, wearing a dress and claiming she was indisposed. Knew then that Ciri was maturing. It was unavoidable. I was lost in the face of that.
I see. Do you wish to tell me anything more?
Yeah, I want more information on
Yes,
Ciri.
I think so.
In that case, I'm listening.
It was after her time training at Kaer Morhen. After the moment when Yennefer first called Ciri her daughter. We'd been separated. I knew she was in danger. I dreamt of her multiple times. I found her at Stygga Castle. She'd gone there to free Yen and gotten herself captured in the process. They wanted to hurt her. I remember fighting side by side with Ciri on stairs slippery from blood. It was the first time she ever deflected a crossbow bolt with her sword. Told her never to try it again.
These memories, they're intense. Do you wish to continue?
Yes.
I have more to say.
Then please do.
No! No, I don't think... Listen, I don't think a difference in 30 degree... I don't think a 30-degree difference in temperature is just a matter of dust. You know what I'm saying? It's Larry Bennett. Lol, guys, I heard Geralt dreamt about Ciri. What a loser, am I right? Ha ha! Everyone's like,
It was in Rivia. The second war with Nilfgaard had just ended. There was still tension in the air. For gods know what reason, race riots erupted in the town. I tried to do something, but couldn't stop a riled crowd. A boy with a pitchfork. He ran it right through my gut. Yennefer lay dying as well. Ciri had us carried onto a boat. We sailed to a place where apple trees bloom eternal. She left us there. That was the last time I saw her.
You claim the woman has abilities. Tell me about them.
She's a child of the Elder Blood.
A descendant of bloody Falker. The rebel burned at the stake. The prophecies claim the world's destroyer will be born of the Firebrand's cursed blood.
Pure legend.
No one in legend transforms into prophecy when it gains believers. I think you're right to be reticent in talking about the woman. I see. Do you wish to say more?
I'm letting it all hang out.
Yeah, there's something else. They call Ciri the Lady of Space and Time. Once I asked Yennefer why. She travels between worlds. Turns out I don't know how to talk about it. Didn't really understand much of what Yen told me. I just know there's more to it than traveling to different places, and that Ciri carries immense power in her blood.
I see. Do you wish to say more?
I say this, and she's like, haha, just as I've been asking.
Yeah, there's something else. I remember Ciri having trouble controlling her abilities. Yennefer tried to teach her to cast simple spells, and Ciri destroyed a shed near the temple where they were. Really upset her, but it was just an old shed.
Yeah.
I know it took her a while to gain control, and frankly, I doubt she controls her abilities fully to this day.
I see. Do you wish to say more?
No. Can we start?
Naturally. I knew you cared about her. But your tone, the emotions you so carefully conceal.
That medallion.
Let's continue, please.
Make yourself comfortable and try to relax. You must take my hand and talk of Ciri.
I don't trust this
Tell me
lady.
where you think she might be. Who could be at her side?
If Ciri couldn't find me, I'm sure she would have looked for another friend.
Barney.
Who do you mean?
Yennefer wasn't in Novigrad. Triss was. But Ciri never found her. Maybe Dandelion. They liked each other a lot.
They actually do let you play as Ciri a couple times. The hell are you doing? Knitting? I still don't trust this lady. That outfit, though. The hell?
Dreamt of a swallow at first. After that, just nightmares.
At times, the dreams can multiply. Show the past as well as the future.
The swallow. It symbolizes Ciri. She contacted Dandelion. I didn't know he was in town.
The poet. Heard about him. Someone left him the rosemary and thyme in their will.
What's the... All of a sudden she did the like, what? What? 1 second here. This is running, right? Good.
The rosemary and thyme? Where's that?
As you enter the city through the red light district, you come upon a bridge. The rosemary is just past it.
Dandelion inherited a brothel?
So I've heard.
Thanks for your help.
Good luck, Witcher. I hope you find your Ciri.
I still don't trust this lady. But give it to me. Yep. But I feel like there's going to be a moment where I'm going to be walking along. Like I'm going to get the, I'm going to get the, when the book gets released, right? Greyshade comes out and I'm holding the book. I have this image that I'm going to open the box and I'm going to pick out the book and I'm going to be like, but that's what I want. I want the Bulgarian Women's Choir right behind me to do that. Nah, I won't loot the cow's milk from right under your nose.
Yes?
Oh, nothing. Alright. Okay. Alright, we got Of Darien Darkness. Alright, let me pick up, let's see. Let's try this one. A Novigrad merchant told Geralt about a mage named Aramis. Rural residence was abandoned. Curiosities and valuable secrets? Yes. Whoops. Whoa. That dancing, though.
The folk in this city, racial...
May I?
Depends what with.
Looking for someone who'll sail to Skellige and take me with them.
My Atropos and me.
What?
We're due to sail for Ard Skellig,
I'm not going there.
carrying
Yep.
grain. But that's hush-hush. Got any coin?
Later.
Gotta get more coin.
You sure do. For I won't even whip me horse in a bath without payment in advance. When are you? Look for your kind
Lovely.
beyond the walls.
What'll it be?
Yeah, right? What do you got?
What are you serving?
Ah ha ha! Dol Blathana Scout. Siege Technician. Maka Haka Maka Maka Ekahini Ho. Defender, and that. Lovely. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to play
Farewell.
this guy. See if I can win a card from him, and then we're going to go do what we need to do.
Racial hygiene's as poor as their person.
What'll it be?
Yeah, even the author of The Witcher has said that, like, he thinks that he likes what they've done, but they've kind of gone
Not
off in their own
hungry,
direction.
Not thirsty, but I sure wouldn't mind a round of Gwent.
Yeah. What are you buying? Oh, nice kill. Yeah, I actually have not read any of the Witcher books. I have to do that, but I mean, it's like, I have to do that and 6 million other books readings, so I only have so much time. Ah, lovely. Getting there. I am getting there. 19. I've almost got enough to run a deck with Nilfgaardian Empire. Almost. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Gotta catch them all. Yes, I am. I do not need 2 decoys. That's not bad with that spy. And we got a medic with Yennefer. It's not bad. Yeah. Wow. 0, huh? And I can't decoy him out. That's a really awesome spy that he's got. Gives him no benefit and you get cards from it. Oh my god, he decoyed it out. Oh, he's gonna marshal them up. Oh, nice of it, Geralt. Yeah. Well, in a little bit, we're actually going to do a, as part of the Patreon, we reached the milestone where people would be able to vote on a game for me to try. And so I'm going to give you guys a chance to vote on a game for me to try. So we're going to do the nominations tonight, and then I'll put a straw poll together, and I'll have you guys vote in it. I'll leave it up until next Tuesday, and then that will be the determination as to when it actually happens. This guy's got a lot of spies. There are many spies in Sauron's service. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ow. Oh, really, Thor? Oh, you mediced it, huh? Yeah? That's really tough. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do exactly the same thing. Guy's got a good deck. Gonna spy it up. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Perfect time for that, I'd say. Look at that, know what you're gonna, and look at that, and I'm gonna hold and do it right. Gonna do this just alright. Oh, man. That freaking... Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that was medic for a minute. No, no, no. That's fine. For a minute, I thought that was a medic. I'm like, ah! Oh, really? Alright. I think that calls for this. Now, you can clear weather it if you want. Put yourself back in the same situation. Now the question is whether I bail on the round or not. And I think the answer is yes, I do. Alright, it's one each. He's got 2 cards left. That's a problem. Ah, Scorch. I'm gonna do it, though. I'm gonna do it, and here's why. He's out of cards. Watch this. Here's that. And last but certainly not least, kaboom! Good night, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a wrap. Oh, yeah. Crowns times 10. What else did I get? Shillard Fitz Osterlin. Gizentite. What is that? Fitz Osterlin Larda Blar. Ah, there we go. Ooh, nice. 2 cards, almost. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so let's pick up... No, I'm not going to do that. Let's pick up this Darien Darkness. I like the sound of that quest anyway. Sounds like a legitimate quest. I love it. Alright, let's do it. Go. Excuse me. Alright, now hang on a second because... Oh, there's nobody. Okay. I was gonna say I was thinking about getting some herbs there. Or some more oils, but not a big deal. Oh, the medic? So the medic ability is just that streamer never. The medic ability is if you play a medic card, it allows you to, exactly what Thor said, it pulls a non-hero, non-special unit from your discard pile and immediately plays it. And you can choose which one to play. So it doesn't allow you to do decoys or anything like that, but wow, it's that far away? Wow, okay, I didn't realize it was that far. That is very, very far. Alright, let's try to decide if I want to... I don't want to go back into Oxenfurt, though. I may actually just ride that. I may just ride that. So I'm going to exit the city. And just ride it there.
I'll never come back, you stinking standies.
All we wanted was...
Don't give a flying fuck what you wanted. Get!
What the hell's going on?
Next time I'll rip your fucking legs off and shove them up your ass till you've toes for teeth.
Who's this guy?
Get out in the nick of time, as always.
Zoltan, with your boot to someone's ass, as always. Who were those men?
Local colour. I wasn't gone more than a moment. Long enough for them to turn our home into theirs. All right, time for some spring cleaning. I've got to boot them all out. Care to join me?
With pleasure.
Time! Keep it together, lads!
Now!
Give me back!
Oh, not another chubby. We're leaving.
Oh, reminds me of days of war. Heck,
Yeah, almost like we never left Fergie.
told you to know.
You're pissing me off. Here, Ali.
I'm pleased. That went well. Now we can greet each other like
That's
the
all right,
gods
dude.
ordained. Ages, pal.
Hey, Zoltan. You look good.
Training plenty lately. What with the war on, no Mahakaman meat to be found, but Redanian lagers standing in just fine. You, though, you've withered a bit. Something worrying you?
It's about Ciri. I know she came to Novigrad. Might still be here.
You mean she's come back? I'll be damned. I wonder if I'd recognize her. How many years is it now? 6, 7? But what'd she be doing here?
Hiding, probably. She might be in danger.
See her in your dreams?
Essentially, yeah.
Couple times. Her and the Wild Hunt.
Oh, not good.
Not at all, but I know she came here and contacted Dandelion.
We've a wee problem then.
Where's Dandelion?
I'd like to know that myself. Maybe he could explain what the hell's going on. Well, just barely returned, as you saw. I'm expecting to come home to a hot leg
Filthy
of bone
casual.
and some cold ale. What do you find instead? A shite storm. Dandelion gone, the tavern chock full of bums. Haven't a clue what happened.
Let's look around. Might find something that'll put us on his trail.
I wasn't planning to do this
Prime
quest
idea.
yet, but
I say we start on the ground floor. It's where he sat and wrote.
I'll do this quest that's there. I wouldn't even go back here, except I heard some guy yelling at him. I'm like, I guess I should go check that out, and so that happened.
Aha! A note from a grateful muse.
Reading someone else's letters.
My visage red and hot, I plunged into purest ecstasy, imbibing its nectar. Your dexterous digits on my soul's yearning chords.
Letter from a female admirer, huh? The thrust of your hypnotic gaze left my visage red and hot. The whole world suddenly set to spinning in a whirlwind of oblivion, and I plunged into purest ecstasy, imbibing its nectar. The music, the singing, you. For that one brief moment I felt as if I were the lute you so skillfully strummed, and wanted nothing more than for you to put your dexterous digits on my soul's yearning chords. Well, hello, nurse. Hello, nurse. Hey, Blackberry Bear, what's up? Glad to see they've got all the essentials. It's the chronic what? Coals of Redania.
Annual balladry contest. Silver laurel awarded to Master Dandelion.
Prince Hereward himself did the honours, and the feast afterwards, to celebrate the laureates. Dandelion taught the swine to yodel, and I... another time.
Of Toussaint Dry.
Hey, what's up,
Cases of
Philly?
Sodden Triple Mead.
Hello, Philly. How you doing?
Nothing here.
No, that's exactly what we're looking for. It's his planner.
Huh. Dandelion and planning. Good one. Besides, anything he wrote here probably had a special system. Chaos only he could ever decipher. Actually, in the past, sometimes not even that.
Give him a chance. Might not be that bad.
I'm really glad I'm not wearing mittens anymore. Yeah, it's good to see you, Philly.
How's when he inherited
how's
this fine
class been going?
establishment, It came with some fine responsibilities. Bookkeeping among them. He also made a habit of noting down the times of his meetings, official and private. So, who'd he been seeing of late? Ah, here it is. Seems he's only been meeting women of late, the dog.
Not a bad idea. Dandelion's pretty loose-lipped. Might have blabbed something to a lady friend that'll put us on his trail.
Right, Derp?
That's what I'm
You just
counting
finished your
on.
capstone. Nice.
We should divide these somehow. Perhaps... fuck it.
Ah, that's what I
I'll
tried
ask the
then.
lassies in my half, you interrogate the ones in yours. Suit you?
Zoltan, wait. This is in verse.
And you figure that's unnatural because...
Wonderful. Meet me back here when you're done. Share our findings.
Right you are. Need to do a wee bit of tidying before I go. Cannot stomach the idea of coming back to this mess. And you'd be wise to read your bit before you scurry off. If you need anything, I'll be next door.
Nice. How'd it go, Philly? I assume it went well. I assume they were like, wow, this redefines issues of national security in the 21st century.
From the finest vineyards, every last one.
No one knows the fruit of the vine like Dandelion.
This the loot he got from the elves of Dol Blathanna.
It went great. Nice.
Must have been in a great rush to leave it behind.
That's awesome, Philly. Congratulations. So wait, the capstone means that you're done. Are you done already? My God, the time goes fast. I remember when you just got into the program, too. So you're already finished with stuff. So you're like, you're done, and now you're being hired by the NSA or something. Letter from Fran, huh? When will you return to Sidaris? I hope it will be soon, for I miss you terribly. Waiting to see you again literally pains me. If you were to come, send me a message beforehand. I'll ask my mistress for a day off. My mistress? Rose of Atar, like a rose abashed of its crimson hue, fair Rosa would sink into humor's blue. She shunned her lessons in civility to swing her dwarf with agility, a charming garden-enclosed villa in Gildorf. Molly, though well she knows the touch of silk and lace, she shuns not straw when gripped in lust's embrace. Gildorf, villa next to the morgue. Vespula, though timid in looks, no adventure did skip her. My heart melts when she asks, ever had a big dipper? Far corners, laundry near the mouth of the Pontar. Marabella, though her cries are divine when behind closed doors, standing on stage her squawks are drowned by snores. The Bits near Popper's Square. Ellie Hall, a figure most rare her natural duel, look deep in her eyes or be made a fool. Fool. Tailor shop across in the tannery. Okay. Wow, 500 points. Hello. Nice kill. He's a cogshell this whole time. Absolutely. Well, Wonders, as I believe you may have heard from me before, Legend of Grimrock 2 was, in my opinion, the game of the year last year. That was my game of the year, was Legend of Grimrock 2. Barely beating out Shadow of Mordor, which was my second. And then third was Shadowrun Returns, Dragonfall. And fourth was Dragon Age Inquisition, although, frankly, the more I play this game, I feel like this game just makes Dragon Age Inquisition look worse and worse. Like, I just read it and I'm like, I don't know why. All right, let me talk to Zoltan. Free experience. Hey, Zoltan, guess what?
Still here? Looking for something?
Just checking to see that everything's in place. Buggers might have hauled something off for pawning.
Actually, glad you're still here. Wanted to ask you about someone. Though well she knows the touch of silken lace, she shuns not straw when gripped in lust's embrace.
It's true, Philly. Yes, I did play it.
Keeps things tidy.
I liked it, but this is so much better.
A baroness within reach and he settled for a chambermaid?
Dandelion's not one to judge folk by their station. You know that. Like he says, in the alcove, we're all equals.
Yeah. Guess a true poet observes life in all its aspects, examines it from all perspectives. If I didn't know him better, I'd say he was jealous about this Marabella.
Zoltan.
Oh, I doubt it. Former pupil. And well, the tales he told me about her.
Doubt I want to hear them.
Probably better off not. Things between them took a turn for the strange at some point.
Meaning?
She had him wearing mummers' costumes. Took to calling him Christian, referring to herself as Anastasia.
Huh. Truly perverse.
He didn't ken half of it. Called him a stallion once. Well, the fool took it as a compliment. Till she pulled a bit in the reins into her cupboard. Poor bastard fled out the window.
That's awesome. I'm beginning to like Dandelion. I haven't even met him yet.
Vespula. Name rings a bell. She threw his knickers out the window.
That's her.
Hollered something about him being a scoundrel with a voice like a consumptive pheasant.
That's her.
Threw flower pots at him.
Guess soul flames never die.
Like a rose abashed of its crimson hue, fair Rosa would sink.
It just seems like it's just so much more mature.
She shunned her lessons in civility.
It's just a better game.
Swing her dwarf with agility.
Quests are so much better. So much better.
Dwarf. Never suspected he'd be so humble.
Dwarfs what Rosa var Atre deemed her Guihir. Well chosen, eh?
He's
all right. But Var Atra? Her dad happened to be the Nilfgaardian ambassador?
He is. You know him?
Wouldn't say that. Had a brief conversation with him at the palace in Vizima.
Yeah, Hippo, but
you've a good notion
I didn't
of the
play
kind
1
of
and 2,
bloke he
and I'm
is.
really enjoying this.
Commissioned Dandelion to tutor Rosa and her sister in the art of rhetoric. But we, Rosa, preferred swordplay.
How dare she reject the great bard in favor of a common swordmaster?
More than one, it seems. Week on week, we get fresh gossip about her thrashing another instructor. So bad he resigns. Word has it her dad's now looking to hire her next victim. I mean, instructor.
The voice acting is better. It's just better. And I agree that you don't need to play 1 and 2 to get the story. Yeah, again, it's like, I didn't mind Inquisition. It's just, as I'm playing this, I'm like, Dragon Age Inquisition got tedious. Like, there was a quest in the middle, which was the political quest where you have to gather, like, intel and stuff like that from people at this big party. I forget the name of the quest. I love that. But that stood out as by far and away my favorite part of Dragon Age. I thought of Inquisition. I thought the ending was lame. And frankly, I guess I'm crazy. I never really liked Dragon Age Origins very much. I never played DA2 because everyone told me, like, that's not a game that, you know, if I didn't like DA1, I was definitely going to not like DA2. And so I liked Inquisition, and I was glad that I played it. But man, this game The Witcher is so much more enjoyable to me. And I don't necessarily like dark fantasy, but I feel like this game is not It's a dark world, but it doesn't feel despairing. It doesn't feel like Geralt is like, well, screw everybody. You know, like he has purpose. He's trying to help Ciri. I don't know.
A figure most rare.
Oh, really,
Nature duel.
Parker?
Look deep in her eyes or be made a fool. Well, seems fascinated with this one.
Not without reason. Never been much for elven women myself, but this one's exceptional. Dare say Francesca Finderbeard be jealous.
You want to take this one, then?
Nah, you can have her.
Why?
See, elven beauty's like a young Beauclair wine, whereas I prefer vodka straight up.
And the voice acting is so good in this, too. Voice acting is really good in this.
Well, know about all I wanted to know. Thanks for your help.
Like, I need, Trendane, are you here still? I need to ask, like, Trendane and Grey Dybbuk, and I need to ask George Ledoux if he stops by again. I want to ask him about their opinions of the voice acting in this game, because I really think the voice acting is solid. Very, very solid. Okay, I am going to do all this quest now. I, in fact, didn't want to do as much as I did. I was going to do this one. But I heard someone getting into a fight, so I got a chance to do this. What is this? No, I'm not going to loot a ladle.
The faculty of Oxenfurt University is honored to grant Julian Alfred Pancratz, Viscount de Letonov, the title of Master of the Seven Liberal Arts.
Yeah, nice. Well, yeah, absolutely, Ben. The boss fight was like pathetic. Boss fight was pathetic.
Lice it, you mangy dwarf.
Oh, let it go, Jarrett. Come on, we need another place to hunker down the night.
Maybe we ought to try the King of Beggars. What?
They're all mad. Did he kick them out? Right, and a giant map in a giant area with nothing in it is a problem. Oh, thanks, Wonders. I appreciate that.
Look at me.
I take pride in, I have done some acting, and I take pride in trying to have the voice work. I'd love to be able to contribute to audiobook versions of my stuff when that starts happening. My publisher's going to be dealing with a lot of that next year when it gets closer. So, official release, by the way, August 3rd, Helmaw is the official release of Helmaw as the first series. I'm part of the fantasy aspect. This is like urban fantasy. I'm part of the more epic fantasy world, which is releasing the following year in September. But as of August 3rd, which is the day after Gen Con, they'll be launching the Helmaw line starting there, which will be really exciting. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I hear you, Killbite. Oh, man. Thanks, dude. Well, I'd need to get more experience if I wanted to do that. That would be kind of hard, though, to sort of uproot the family and everything else and be like, well, time for yet another career. I think they'd be like, wait, what? I wanted to mention this, by the way, guys. And that is the Monsters Kickstarter. The Monsters Kickstarter, which right now sits at $6,006, so it's about $1,500 short. I wanted to link it. I have a short story in here, and my publisher for Icarus is actually kickstarting this one. They've kickstarted their other anthology projects. They've been successful every single time, and sometimes vastly successful, very successful generally. But if you guys are interested in seeing more new work from me, you can check out Monsters and kickstart that. Heroes, which is the anthology they did from us last year, just came out and has been doing very well. So if you want to give that a look, that would be awesome. And as far as Helmaw, Helmaw is an urban fantasy series, urban fantasy world, I should say, about demons that basically pour into this world, looking for humans upon which to feast. I'm being a little bit reductive, but not much. That's basically the idea. And so, yeah, so Ed Greenwood is going to be releasing the first book in that series, and then Chris Jackson, who's a friend of mine, writer friend of mine that writes for Paizo, and also has written stuff for Dragon Moon Press and others. Chris is going to be doing the second book in that series, and that's more or less what's happening with me with what's codenamed Pody Island Adventures. That's not the actual name of the setting, but that's the epic fantasy setting. Next year, Ed Greenwood is going to release the first of those books in August. I will be publishing my first book, Greyshade, which is the first of the Grey Assassin trilogy, is coming out in September of 2016. So, all right, sounds good. Well, congratulations on Capstone, Philly, and let us know how the finals go, too. Where do you pre-order it? You can't pre-order it yet, actually, Derp. They don't have that stuff up yet, but within a couple of weeks, they will have all the pre-order info ready. They had to move things around a little bit because Ed had to cancel a couple of his personal appearances, and because the press, basically they got a lot more people on board, and they have a bunch of contracts now that they've been signing with various third parties. They just signed one with a paperback distributor. They signed another one with a major ebook distributor in India, I believe. So they've got a lot of other ones that they're doing, and they've revamped the website entirely to account for all that. So within the next week or 2 weeks, I believe, it should go live, and you'll be able to pre-order and do all that good stuff. So I will let them know. Yeah, Timothy Zahn's a contributor. Yeah, I was actually on a panel with Tim Zahn. He's been on a few of those anthologies, actually. He gets along very well with... Sorry, I don't know where the hell I'm going. Oh, I'm going the right spot. He goes... but he knows them very well. And in fact, he actually released a novel through Silence in the Library as well, so... Also, that anthology, the Monsters Anthology, has... Whoa, what's with all the dwarves? The Monsters Anthology has the last ever... I don't know if anyone is here a Star Wars fan, like, of the books, but you may know Aaron Alston, who's a pretty well-known Star Wars writer. Aaron Alston passed away very sadly last year, and there's a story in Monsters which is the last story that he ever did, the last one he ever wrote. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that, and I'm going to be letting everybody know, believe me. Believe you me. What the hell is Cleaver?
May your beard grow robust and free.
Hi, Roach. Whoa. Let's do it up. Whoa. Really, really beautiful game, too. Oh, sorry. Splinter of the Mind's Eye. Yeah, little Alan Dean Foster, right? I've met Alan Dean Foster I've met, too. He was actually... I wasn't on a panel with him, but he was the guest of honor at Farpoint in Baltimore, where I was last year, so... Excuse me. Pardon me. That's a lot of galloping in a row. Good for Roach. Good job, Roach. Whoa. We got a quest here. What's going on?
What's all this?
Not your concern, that's what.
I am doing the dairy quest. That is exactly right. A lot of them actually, yeah, Derp, I don't know if you were there when I had the big announcement about it, but there is a link on my YouTube channel to my announcement about the deal, which I announced back in February or March. Let's see. Julie Trineda is doing work. I'm not doing anything in Helmaw, actually. That's not me. I'm doing the Pony Island Adventures. Again, that's not the name, but it's the code name. I'm doing the fantasy stuff, the epic fantasy stuff, the more traditional fantasy. Chris is doing Helmaw. Some of the other authors, Mark Tassin, who's the guy who runs the Gen Con Writer Symposium, he's written stuff for Battletech as well. He's doing it, and I think Shadowrun maybe. He's doing it. Julie Trineda, who's a pretty well-known Canadian author. Stephen Shend, Matt Forbeck, who's a very well-known writer for a bunch of different things. He's there as well. So there's a lot of people that he's signed. It's actually a fairly impressive list of people that he's gathered together. He's got a good 50 authors, I think, lined up, because he's leading off with 2, Helmaw and then this Pony Island Adventures business, but then he's got another couple of settings he's going to be rolling out after that. So he means to be a major imprint with like a lot of different lines, and he's kind of the wizard overlooking all of it. So
Not an expert or anything, but you two look like you could use some help.
Aye, it's true, we could. Barn's full up with some manner of beast. Bar them inside, but that won't hold long. And we'll be in a world of woe once they're loose.
We're not rich, but cut the filth down, and we will pay you.
Fine. I'll try to help you.
We'll let you in the barn, then open the doors once it's over.
They're just gonna let me in, close the door,
Master
wait.
Witcher, or they'll get out.
Hello. I know, right? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, wrong way. Didn't get hit.
It's done. Open the door.
Didn't get hit. Didn't get hit. Never, never, never got hit. When you said open the door and their wives are in there, Bendups, my wife walked into the room, so I was like, I had to kill off some monsters in a barn, and so chat was joking that they didn't tell me what it was, so they told me I would go into the barns and they'd just see the guys' wives in there. It was not the wives. Not unless you think these ghouls are wives. And I'm not like that. Huh? Yeah. Let's find out what's going on over here. What is this?
Corpses. That's what drew the ghouls.
You're actually psychic? I always suspected. Gentlemen?
Use that barn as a cemetery.
No. Why'd you ask?
Found human remains inside. Several sets. They're what drew the necrophages.
They was bandits. When it was just coin they took, we lived and let live, so to speak. But when they dragged Hetty to the barn, we wouldn't take no more. Grabbed our pitchforks and... well, you've seen how it ended.
Yeah, we're gonna do that in just a minute, Wonders.
Next time you kill someone, bury the bodies. Deep. Need to take care of these, too, or they'll attract more corpse eaters.
We'll do it. Thank you, Master Witcher.
Job's done.
True enough. Here's your pay. And thanks for your help.
Farewell.
20 crowns, huh? 20 whole crowns. Barn full of trouble. It was worth it just to get the sound. It'll cost you 20 crowns, and it'll cost you the Bulgarian Women's Choir. Go on. Master Witcher. It's because they know I don't take any nonsense, Bendups. They don't take any. I know I don't take any nonsense. They're like, "Whoa, this guy means trouble. This guy means business." I'm like, "Yep, yes I do." The tree. Slalom. Whoa. Whoa! All right, you're a terrible slalomer, Roach.
Stockfish.
New marker herbalist hut. Good, actually. I'm going to check out and see if I can get some things for... What am I doing on this quest? Am I any closer? Okay, I'm getting there. I do want to get that herbalist stuff. I know, I know. Hey, what's up, Mike? That's right. Patreon stretch goal, yes, sir. We're going to be talking about the game today. Yes, indeed.
Greetings. Is it herbs, you see?
Herbs?
Medicines to mute a bashful maid's inhibitions, or a concoction to raise your own courage for a second go?
No, I am not looking for
it?
Viagra.
No
but
other
thanks.
weeds or brews?
Aye. One to make your hair grow, another to do the opposite. An easer of pain, a calmer of heartburn. Tell me, what ails you?
Know any advanced formula? Maybe something you could teach me?
All I know I learned from Master Gremist of Skellige. Looking to apprentice yourself in the herbalist trade?
Herbalist?
No, just want to learn something new.
Call it what you will. You must sail across the great sea, find the Isle of Ard Skellig. There, in the sacred grove, the learned Master Gremist will judge whether you're fit to be his pupil.
Let me have a look.
Alright. Well, well. You've got a lot of stuff. Alright. I like that. Oh, that was... okay. I gotta be careful. That was more expensive than I thought. It's more like it. Enhanced swallow. Nice. This thing is a little finicky on the double clicks. Okay. Take a look at alchemy in just a minute. Oh, I guess I'll pick that up. There's something I saw that was... I'm going to pick this up because there's something I saw that I saw was vulnerable to Devil's Puffball. Yeah, just one more turn. I mean, everyone's been there, right? Devil's Puffball. Make it. Lovely. Okay, what else have we got? Alright, let's see. Superior Beast Oil. Yes. Full Moon. What does that do? Increases maximum vitality. Oh. Really? But it... okay, but not permanently, though, right? Okay. So, let's see. I need... let's see, I need Rubedo, Cockatrice Stomach. Oh, wait. I need Enhanced Beast Oil first. I don't have that. Okay, well, never mind then. Hybrid Oil, I have that. All I need is an Ernia Eye. All I need for this is Honeysuckle. So Ernia Eye and Honeysuckle. Ernia Eye and Honeysuckle. Okay, do you have Ernia Eye or Honeysuckle? You have Honeysuckle. Alright. Ernia Eye, Ernia Eye, Ernia Eye. You don't have it either, man. Ernia Eye has been hard to get. Honeysuckle will let me make one thing, though, that I didn't have before. There it is. Awesome. Okay. Alright.
So long.
Alright, I'm going to save. Play some, well, no. I was about to play some Gwent, but I won't. I won't do that. I will be good. I'll play the Gwent afterwards. Okay. So what we're going to do, folks, is, let me just double check here something quickly. I would think so, yes. Let me just double check something quickly. Okay. Cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want us to create a straw poll. So what I'm going to do is, before we create the straw poll, we're going to vote in chat using the Lawbot poll system to find a particular game that you guys would like me to try. Now, again, I reserve the right to veto a game, so I'm not going to play horror games, so there's no reason to be like Amnesia, because I'm not going to do it. But a game that you'd like me to try. It can either be a terrible game, or it can be a game that you think would be fun. Again, I do not promise to finish the game. I only promise to give it the good old college try. So I will do one night where I'll play that for a couple hours. I'll give it a shot, but I do not promise to finish said game, only to try said game. So with that said, what's up, Earth Machine? With that said, I will take nominations, and everybody gets to vote. This is a Patreon stretch goal, but it allows everybody in chat to vote for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask people to give me some nominations. Please only nominate one game each, and I'm going to put those all into a poll. So we've got Master of Magic. What else? What else? Give me some suggestions for nominations. We're going to take like 10 nominations, and then I'm going to vote it. I've already played, and I'm going to veto that Ben Ups because I've already played Dishonored. I love Dishonored, but Sam and Max, I hadn't thought about that. So what I'm doing is, you guys are giving me nominations. I'm adding it. I'm adding them to this poll, and then you guys can vote. Yeah, I know Long Live the Queen. I've heard of it. H1Z1? Okay. That's perilously close to the horror side, but I'll allow it for the moment. What else we got? We got Master of Magic, Wizardry 8, Sam and Max, Long Live the Queen, H1Z1. I'll take 5 more nominations. Please only nominate if you haven't before. That's a good one, Mark of the Ninja. League of Legends. Borderlands 2. It depends, Wonders. A lot of these games, I may have them already, and if I don't have them, it's okay. I don't mind picking it up. Chrono Trigger. I have Borderlands 1. Witcher 2. Oregon Trail. But see, you already nominated for Master of Magic. H1Z1 has a Battle Royale mode that has no zombies. Oh, cool. All right. Cool, Mason. That's okay, then. All right, let's see. Yeah, I only want 1 nomination per. So I'm assuming you're sticking with your... whoops. Assuming you're sticking with your Magic one. So I've got... Okay, we've got Wizardry 8, Sam Max, or Master Magic, Wizardry 8, Sam Max, Long Live the Queen, H1Z1, Mark of the Ninja, League of Legends, Borderlands 2, Chrono Trigger, and Witcher 2. Alright. Team Fortress 2. Okay, I got the 10. Here we go. No, I haven't checked it out yet. I mean, I looked at the video, but I haven't checked it yet. I will, though. The Banner Saga, I'm going to veto CERN because I've already played that, too. Great game, by the way. Fallout 3, and I've played that too. I'm going to scratch that for the same reason. I can be. Ride to Hell. All right, I'm going to break my promise and do that. All right, here we go. Here's the poll, people. Can a mod cut and paste that, please? We're just nominating Kilobyte. Okay, so go ahead and type in what you want. You get 11 choices. Choose what you like. You have to do exclamation point, choose one. So it's not vote, it's choose. It's choose. You type in exclamation point, choose, and then you do whatever your options are. You see them there. 1 is Master of Magic, 2 is Wizardry 8, 3 is Sam and Max, 4 is Long Live the Queen, 5 is H1Z1, 6 is Mark of the Ninja, 7 is League of Legends, 8 is Borderlands 2, 9 is Chrono Trigger, 10 is Witcher 2, and 11 is Ride to Hell. So just do choose like that, and you'll see it. Yep. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the top 5 vote getters here, and we're going to have another vote, and the top 3 vote getters of those are going to be what we do the straw poll for. Any of them kill, apparently. I've never played any of the Sam and Max ones, so. Isn't Sam and Max an adventure game, I believe? I want to say. Ride to Hell. I see a lot of Sam and Max coming up. Some people are liking them some Sam and Max. Okay. No, Oregon Trail's in there. Or I think Oregon Trail. Oh, because Oregon Trail, because you nominated Oregon Trail and you had already nominated. Oh, was Blackberry Bear nominated? I'm sorry. Sorry. I will add in, you know what I'll do is I'll add that into the list. I'll add that into the list. It got a little confused, Wonders, because you weren't allowed to nominate a second one, so then I didn't put it in there. But it's okay. I'll take the top 5 of this and I'll add in Oregon Trail, and the top 3 will be the ones that we vote on. So, yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll count it. So we'll do that. I'll add that in at the end. One vote, 4 votes. Well, Strike Ninja would be voting for it. Since Strike Ninja's of the opinion that anytime someone plays it, you immediately work this. Okay, last call. Okay. Okay, so we will take the top 5 of those and we will add in Oregon Trail. So the new one is... let's see, and we'll do them in order. So Sam and Max got the most. And then second most was a tie between Master of Magic and Long Live the Queen. And let's see, then we got, oh, and Chrono Trigger. And actually, I may just stick with that because we have everything else is just like 1 vote or less. So those are all the ones that got 4 or 2 votes. Master Magic got 2. Queen, 1. 1. Okay, so right. So I'll add one more in. Okay, new poll. New poll. So this one takes into account, these are the top 6. So the top 3 are the ones that I'm actually going to make as part of the straw poll. The top 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the top 3 of these 5. So okay. There we go. So here's the second vote. So the top 3 vote getters, we're going to make a straw poll for the top vote getters. And then you guys will get a chance to vote, and the winner is what I will play. So your choices are between these 6 for the nominations. Sam & Max, Master of Magic, Long Live the Queen, Chrono Trigger, or Oregon Trail. I would be happy, by the way, playing any of these. I probably know the least about Long Live the Queen. I know very little about Sam & Max and very little about Master of Magic. I know Oregon Trail, which I've played, and Chrono Trigger very well. Although I never finished Chrono Trigger. I played a little bit of it, and I played quite a bit of Chrono Cross, too. Sure. So, again, the choices are Sam & Max. That's 1. Choice 2 is Master of Magic. Choice 3 is Long Live the Queen. Choice 4 is Chrono Trigger. And Choice 5 is Oregon Trail. And, again, the top 3 are the ones that people will get to vote on. But I'm right? Sam & Max is an adventure game, right? It's like, it's a LucasArts. Is it LucasArts? It is adventure game, I think, right? Chusadek. Yeah, so we got to work on that when he gets back here. It is LucasArts. Okay, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Right now, Sam & Max is easily winning, but right now we've got 2 choices. So basically, if we're to end right now, it'd be Sam & Max, Long Live the Queen, and Chrono Trigger would be the top 3. What's up, Red Lear? Ah, too bad. Ah, now we've got 2 votes. All right, last call here coming up. Last call coming up. There's an Oregon Trail playing bot. Really? I saw Foom playing, was it Zombie Trail? There was like another Oregon Trail. It was sort of like, it was like kind of like Oregon Trail. Oh, really? Oh, Oregon Trail. That's right. That's right. I saw a off-Broadway part of the New York City Fringe Festival show called Oregon Trail. Okay, so Sam & Max with 5, Master of Magic with 3, and Chrono Trigger with 3. Nice and neat. Okay, so can someone put together a straw poll, please? Would someone do that for me? Put together a straw poll about which one we're going to play, and then you guys can go and vote on it, and I want that straw poll to be left up until Tuesday. So the poll is, am I going to play Sam & Max, thanks Bend Up, Master of Magic, or Chrono Trigger? What game should I try? So go ahead and vote there, guys. Go ahead and vote there now, and I'm going to leave it up until Tuesday. And actually, I want to let me... I'm going to open up my Games for Giveaway notepad, and I'm going to put down below the actual link address. So the winner of that poll is what I will play. And I'm good with all those. Any of those three would be fine. You guys are so pumped about Sam and Max, now I'm starting to get interested in it. But, okay. Sam and Max right now, out in front on Chrono Trigger. Sam and Max with 7 votes to 2 for Chrono Trigger. Yeah. Yeah, Sam Max is winning easily. Sam Max is wrecked.